Hey guys, my name is Ryan.
And my name is Miska.
And welcome to Overwatch Central. So in this video we'll be covering our best and favourite duo hero combinations. These won't be too meta dependent, and either way meta picks aren't always what win games in Overwatch. Hero synergy is incredibly important, so we've listed our 3 favourite duo hero combos, and we hope that you like them as well. Some of these combos are more effective at this point in time, and some of these combos we used to play back in the early beta. If you remember Central Combos as a series that we did, then you may recognise one of them. But let's get straight into the video.
First, a quick sponsored but also a very related message though. If you want to find someone to duo queue with to try out these hero combos, you can download Gamerlink for free, a looking for group app supporting Overwatch for all platforms. You can use the beacon feature in the app to put up a message letting other players know that you want to find people to play with. When you sign up now as well, you also get an Overwatch Central badge actually, which is pretty neat. So yeah, click the link in the description for more details on that. The app is available on the Google Play Store and the App Store. Anyway, back to the video.
We're kicking this list off with Zarya and Reaper, a duo that features some old school ability combos but also brings a lot of brawling power to the table, at least more recently. Zarya is a great enabler for Reaper. She can shield to protect him either engaging or disengaging out of the backline. It enables Reaper to get in close to those enemies that he should really kill, and it means that he's not going to get picked off before he gets there. Not only that, Reaper himself has his Wraith form, so with the Zarya barrier as well, there's a lot of potential for getting in and out of fights once he has done his job. It goes without saying that the ultimate combo between the two of these heroes is incredibly strong, though a Lucio or Zenyatta can step in the way and sort of shut it down. But really, the combination is about their close range dominance. You don't really want to get close to a point there's a high charge Zarya and a Reaper on it, do you really? Because both of these heroes have incredible damage output, can be kind of tricky to take down a lot of the time, and really are great at brawling on a point. Another great thing is that both these heroes have good sustain. Zarya has her shield HP, which regenerates over time if she doesn't take any damage, and Reaper can pick up souls off those that he has recently killed. Both methods can keep the characters going in big and messy fights, and both of them can take this in their stride, especially with the fact that Zarya can snowball with her shields and do a lot more damage. The major standout problem for these two is their lacking range, so they can be taken down by a soldier at medium distance or snipers in the backline, so that can be kind of difficult to deal with.
Next up we have Ana and Soldier. This is a combo we've actually been using quite a lot recently. Not just Ryan and I, but I've been playing Soldier with other people, and I've also been playing Ana, and this combo just seems to work really well. Not only in what is the current meta, but overall Soldier's been pretty consistent over a bunch of patches. Anyway, enough about the meta, let's go into the specifics. So the long range potential and pressure here from both Soldier and Ana can really help with pushing an enemy back into a corner, or just putting more pressure on a Reinhardt shield and so on. If you can get a healing grenade behind the Reinhardt shield so it anti-heals the enemy team, and then Soldier can just put a lot of pressure on the shield, that will definitely force the enemy back into a worse position, and your team should be able to help you out to maybe even initiate a fight on top of that. So that's the first thing, long range potential and pressure. Secondly, we have sustain with healing. Both Ana and Soldier can heal themselves. This is pretty big, as not only can Ana and Soldier heal themselves, but Ana can boost both of their healing and also put a lot of healing into other people at the same time. This basically means a lot of sustain. If you have a tank to hide behind, then great, that's also really useful here, especially a Reinhardt, but just that sustain overall can really help you out to get control of the game as a duo and make sure that your hero uptime is very high. On top of this, you have your ultimate combo, of course, which is incredibly strong. Soldier's tactical visor together with Ana's nano boost can be considered one of the best ultimate combos in the game, and it has definitely been used a lot throughout season 3 and will most likely be used a lot in upcoming seasons as well. Now for some sort of cons about this duo, there aren't really any direct flaws in the characters. They're still pretty strong if they get jumped and so on, but they do require quite a lot of coordination, and this duo is definitely one of the harder combos in our list here. Overall though, incredibly strong and really fun to play as well, I would like to add. So personally, this is probably my favorite on this list.
Our final duo is Zenyatta Winston, an old combo of ours for those that remember the Central Combos videos that we used to do in early beta. It works incredibly well with dive comps, and it's a lot stronger when the meta favours Winston, but both of these heroes are in a decent spot right now, so we may see more of this in the future. It basically has to do a lot with Winston being able to leap on enemies with the Harmony Orb. He can survive a lot longer, it gives Zen a lot of ult charge as well, and not only that, discarding the targets that Winston is trying to zap down is very good, especially if these are squishy heroes like Mercy, Genji, Zenyatta, Tracer, Genji, those sort of heroes. Can go down incredibly quickly because of this. Winston is great at just jumping in and being a massive disruption, so whilst he's doing that, Zen can take pot shots from a distance and snipe out key targets in the fight whilst they're trying to get this big gorilla off of them. The ult combination is great as well. Both of these heroes can survive major fights. I would recommend not using both of these ultimates together, but one after the other is great. It can be really difficult to shut down the Zen whilst he's tranking, and an ult in Winston is always a nightmare to get off the point, either attacking or defending it. But overall, Winston is really good at sort of taking the fight to the enemy, and that long range support that Zen can give him is great. Not only that, Winston can actually jump back and defend Zenyatta if he needs it, either with the barrier or just being nearby and scaring off anybody that's close. The major problem here is if this sort of sightline is broken and there's too much distance between the Zenyatta and the Winston. Zen can easily die if he's left on his own and Winston's too busy fighting something else, and Winston could also die if he hasn't got that support and he's on his own. Not to mention those hard hitting heroes of Reaper and Roadhog that can really give the Winston especially a tough time. Even with an orb, he will go down quickly.
Right, so there you have it, our 3 favorite duo combos for duo queuing in Overwatch. Obviously this goes for like quick play as well, but this is mainly for ranked, as you can probably understand. Now you have to keep in mind that duo queuing is not only about just picking these heroes and winning. That simply won't work. You still have the players you're fairly comfortable with at least. Sure, you can grow comfortable with some of these heroes over time, which I definitely recommend as someone who's been playing more Soldier 76 recently, for example. So yeah, keep that in mind, but these combos are definitely strong. They are our favorite picks, so let us know what your favorites are in the comments below as well, and we'll make sure to drop by and read a few. I'd also like to point out about duo queuing, trio queuing, and quad queuing, or whatever you want to call it, that this is very different from person to person in terms of what works and what doesn't work for you. What I mean by this is that some people just can't really duo queue that effectively and play much better in a trio queue, for example. You have to kind of find what works for you, but duo queuing is definitely a lot better than solo queuing, at least in my personal opinion. But I do recommend trio queuing and queuing as a 4-stack as well. So just see what works for you. But if you normally play a lot of solo queue, I would definitely recommend to just find anyone around your skill level, maybe someone in a circle of friends that you haven't played much with, and just try out duo queuing and see what it's like.
And that's it for this time. Thank you very much for watching. Do let us know what your favourite sort of combinations you like to run are. I'm a big fan of Reinhardt Anna, of course, and you can get a lot done with the overall arc of the match. With the sort of changes that have been darted around recently on the PTR, we might see a little bit more of Zarya Reaper, and especially Winston Zenyatta, which would be great. These are incredibly fun to play, so do let us know if you try them out and what you think of them. Do that in the comments below, and like this video if you would like more videos going over duo combinations, maybe even bringing back central combos. But that's it for this time. Take care, we'll see you then.